For Stillwater native author Alton Carter, abandonment, abuse, and adversity were a way of life.
Mom had 5 kids. All of us had different dads. There were a set of twins, and Mom just did not make the greatest choices in terms of raising children. So at 8, we got taken away the first time and shuffled, grandparents' shelter, and then stayed with my grandparents for a stay, and then I left my family at 10 and spent the rest of my childhood in foster care. So 17 foster homes, 3 institutions, and a boys ranch.
Accomplishing things foreign in his family and refusing to be defined by his experiences, Alton remembers the small moment where everything changed.
Graduated high school in Cushing, the first person in the history of our family to graduate from high school in an interesting foster home, but graduated, went off to college, dropped out of college, was homeless right here in Stillwater for 3 years. So,
wow.
And there was a day that I was eating out of a trash can. I remember this crazy incident where a judge told my mother when we got removed that she was unfit to be a mother and she could no longer have her children. And the day I was eating raisin bread out of a trash can, I thought to myself, a judge would never tell me I'm unfit to be a father. And I went and got a job at McDonald's, Long John Silver's, and worked my way up, went to college 3 or 4 times, and met my wife, got married, had kids, and went back to school and graduated from Oklahoma State University.
Tell me why Stillwater?
Just have always felt like this is home. And even though it represented kind of a lot of difficult struggles, I always go back to like one of my favorite persons to listen to is Denzel Washington, who his quote is, "Ease is a greater threat to progress than the struggle."
Wow.
And so for me, like, sometimes we're not supposed to run away from those hard things. And I believe the only way you can make a difference is sometimes in the trenches, right?
So you have a mantra, I decide. Tell me a little bit about that.
To me, I decide essentially puts the power, motivation, the want to within a person. You can be a victim, you can feel sorry for yourself, or you can believe whatever you want to about yourself.
Deciding not to duplicate history and choosing to break out of the box society formed for him, Alton believed something different about himself. With a heart to take his message to the generations that will follow him, Alton put his story in book form.
So first book I wrote is The Boy Who Carried Bricks, and it's my life story from my earliest memories till I graduated from high school. So I wrote that one, first book I ever wrote, 2016, won the Oklahoma Book Award, and so it just kind of launched like this whole speaking thing. So to date, can you imagine, I've spoken to 1.9 million kids across the country, and then I do trauma response. So I help teachers, I go into public schools and I help teachers understand students who've been exposed to trauma.
Tell me a little bit about what Black history means to you.
Black history to me is not, I don't focus on month. I mean, it's a part of who I am. I often don't want to be referred to as a Black author or somebody. I want to be referred to as Alton, who happens to be Black, to show people, because I want to recognize for my character as much as the color of my skin.